Coming to you live from the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California, and all across the world, psychic, medium, and energetic healer Sheena Metal brings you Messages from Spirit.
Hi, and welcome to Messages from Spirit, only on PARAPOD TV. I'm your host, Sheena Metal. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm an interfaith minister, and I'm an energetic healer. And we come to you live from my home in Southern California every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, only on PARAPOD TV. Here's what happens on this show. I'm a real psychic medium, and I'm talking to real people just like you. And we are allowing them to ask real questions. I'm working to get real messages from Spirit. We're having a real conversation and hopefully getting them the real answers and the real healing that they need. That is my hope, that everybody walks away from today with some healing. That would make me super happy, because we all need those little bits of healing in our life, right? They're so important. That we find the healing and the answers to the questions that we seek. And that's what we do here. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, the best way is send me a text message. This is my cell phone right here. It's 818 area code 437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. If you are outside of the United States, you may message me on WhatsApp. It's 1 is my country code, 818-437-0886. That's 1-818-437-0886. And please go to my website and get to know me better. I would love that. It's sheenametalspiritual.com. And then also, you may find me everywhere on social media. That's Facebook, and it's Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. I am at Sheena Metal everywhere. Come and find me. We do all kinds of fun stuff and broadcasts from there. And it's super fun. It's so great to be here with you all, and such an honor. And I'm so excited always to do another broadcast for PARAPOD TV. So I like to talk about a little something before every show, just to kind of get us in a little bit of healing, a little bit of message and wisdom from Spirit before I start actually taking questions from people. And here's what Spirit is passing on to me. There's always so many things coming through from Spirit. Sometimes it's hard just to pick one, but it's really about this today. The importance of contact with other human beings. Look, we all have our animal companions, and I have a little cat named Cullen. If you haven't seen him, he's on Instagram at Cullen the Cat Official. I hug this little guy all day long, and hugs from him have really gotten me through this strange time of COVID, where we kind of stopped going out, and then we started going out again, but we're not really as tactile as we used to be. I do a lot of work here from my studio at home, so I don't see as many people as I did before COVID, when I was in a radio studio every day, and in a TV studio every day. So recently I went to a weekend event that my friend threw, and I got a lot of hugs. And I realized, I'm embarrassed to say this a little bit, how much I missed hugs and a lot of handshakes, and how important it is to physically be in the presence of people and to be touching people. We are tactile creatures. We are mammals. Mammals all sleep together in the cold and bundle up together and touch each other all the time. As humans, we're a little more hands off. But we need to not be that way. We need to be touching each other. We need to be hugging and holding hands and shaking hands and touching each other on the back and showing friendly, platonic connection with other human beings. And I didn't realize it till I got done with that weekend, how much I have missed. Because, if I grew up in the entertainment business where we're all very huggy and we're very touchy and we're very kissy and we say, I love you a lot. And during COVID, I moved back to my hometown, kind of in the burbs. So I'm not surrounded by my entertainment tribe all the time. And because of COVID, I'm not seeing people every day. And I'm not in a studio where I'm having, 2 to 10 guests every day on various shows. And every one of them I'm hugging hello and I'm hugging goodbye. I missed that connection. And at first I was sort of a little embarrassed to talk about it. And now I'm not. I missed hugs. And I understand now why my cat regularly climbs up and needs to have a hug, because we're supposed to be sharing energy with people in the form of using our sense of touch and all of our senses. But I think our sense of touch has been kind of deprived ever since COVID. And I think that we need to make sure that we, as my mom used to say, get out amongst them and go and find your friends and hug them and tell them you love them and make eye contact and, hold a hand and sit close to somebody in a movie theater and not be afraid to exchange energy with the human beings in your tribe. We have become fearful of touching even our best friends because we're so scared we're going to catch something from someone. And it's not good for us. There is a warmth that is missing in us from not touching people. And we need to get out there and start to really be with people again, because we're not meant to live alone. We're a herd animal. We're a pack animal. Humans. We are not supposed to be somewhere locked up touching nothing but our phones, our screen on our phone, So that's what I learned this month. And that's what I'm passing that on and sharing that with you. And with that, let's do a message from Spirit. Hi.
Hello.
Who are you? Where are you from? And how may I help you? What's your question?
Hi, I'm Melissa. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Beautiful.
And the question is this. Ever since I moved into this house with my father, we've lived here about, I want to say 10 years now. Okay. I have always felt something here. In fact, I'm pretty sure, I'm almost 100% positive I have spirits with me.
Oh, 100%.
My question is, I feel that some of them could be bad. I honestly feel there's an area in my basement when I go into it, and I feel like I'm being suffocated.
Okay.
And it's just a very kind of, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just I don't like to go in there, and I have to all the time to do laundry. I've learned to go in, do the laundry, and leave immediately. And there's more presence in the basement than anywhere else in the house. But I guess the question is, do I have something really bad in my house?
It's funny how the laundry room always seems to be in the scariest place in the house. What is it about the laundry room that it's always so damn creepy? Okay, so yes, you have a lot of things in your house. You live in a very haunted area of Louisville. But most of the things in your house, most of the presences, Melissa, are just ghosts of people who have passed. So some may be crotchety and cantankerous, and some may be more friendly and feel better, but nothing is really evil per se, negative per se. Now, the energy in the laundry room is not the energy of a human being who's passed. It's the energy of, it's elemental energy. Do you know what that is? It's earth spirits.
Yes.
It's very old spirits that belong to the earth way before the human being was ever conceived by God. And oftentimes, they get very territorial about their space. And sometimes they will do things to sort of taint ground or to be cantankerous, let you know you're not welcome, to make you feel uncomfortable, sometimes even in your own home. You can't really take it personally because they're just there. And they're not gonna, when I tap into them, they don't feel like they're gonna harm you. And I'm not saying that there aren't elementals that can harm you, but I am saying that your elementals don't feel like they're gonna harm you.
Okay.
They're just sort of showing you who's boss. and letting you know that the ground belongs to them and don't mess with it. So I'm not surprised they're on the ground level, like as close to the ground as you can get, even below ground, because that's really where elementals thrive.
That my laundry room is in my basement.
Yeah, that's where they thrive. They thrive under the ground or at ground level because they come up from the ground. They belong in the ground. Is your basement's technically below ground?
Yes.
Yeah, and they're just letting you know, don't mess with us. It's our house. And, you know, what are they going to do? They're not going to take over your house. But they just want you to know they're in charge. Just let them think they're in charge, and let you know, okay, I understand the land belongs to you. I don't really want the land. I just want to live in my house. And because your idea of owning the land and their idea of owning the land are two different things. Your idea of owning the land is it belongs to you. So if you want to sell the house, you can sell the house and the land. They don't understand things like money and real estate. For them, owning the land would mean you would kick them off the land and put an energetic perimeter around it where they don't belong. That's how elementals argue with other elementals, and you're not even involved in any of that. So you just look, okay, it's your land, you enjoy. I'm just living in the house. I'm not really that interested in the land. Just let them know that if you feel them down there in the basement, just say that out loud. You know, I understand this is your land, and that's totally okay with me. I'm just living in the house, and most of the time I'm upstairs.
Okay.
Just so they don't feel threatened, because when they get nasty is when they feel threatened.
Okay.
And there is, sorry, I don't usually sneeze on the show. I don't know if I ever have before.
Bless you.
They're not looking to, if they don't think you're a threat, they're not going to mess with you. They just want you to tell them they're in charge. Elementals are extremely territorial.
Okay.
And, a little power hungry. So just let them think that they're, you know, and then they'll. I'm not saying you won't feel that creepy feeling when you go down there. You may still feel the creepies.
Okay.
At
least I know what it is.
But now you know what it is, and you don't have to be scared of it.
Okay. And you said it's mainly just people that's passed. Okay.
Mainly just people that's passed. You know, if you feel one, say, you know, hey, hi, I live here now, and you're welcome to live here, but please don't scare me. Because sometimes they scare you, they don't know they're scaring you. That's just how they are. They don't understand that's scary to you, and if they know, then they'll be good and they won't scare you. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're in good shape, sweetheart. Take care.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Yeah, I know sometimes ghosts seem so creepy, and they don't mean to be creepy. They're really not trying to creep you out. It's just sort of how they are. And also there's a phase difference between them and us, as far as what we quantify as space and time. So it's like sometimes you might say, are you a ghost? Are you here? And the ghost may think they're saying, yes, I'm here. But then when you listen to the EVP, it sounds like, they're not meaning to sound that creepy. It's just that that's the difference in the physics of us here and of where they are. You know, there's just a difference. They're out of phase. Oftentimes EVPs are simply out of phase. They don't mean to sound as creepy as they do. It's just how their energy is captured by our earthbound equipment. So a lot of times spirits seem a lot scarier than they are or than they're meant to be. Sometimes just the whole idea of them is scary. So that's all that Melissa has to do. Okay. So yay. I just gave you a little Ghost Hunter 101 there, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that, but I do have a book coming out. I don't know when, probably in the summer. And it's called Are You Haunted? And it will explain a lot of these things about what it's like to live in a haunted house, what it's like to have a spirit that follows you. Then you'll know all of it, and I won't have to explain it on shows anymore, but I probably still will. Let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, Sheena. I'm Christine. I'm from Ocala, Florida. And my question is if my spirit guides might be able to tell me a little bit about themselves, maybe their personalities or something. I'm just so interested.
Yeah, sure. So you have I'll tell you about one. The most prominent one is you have a Native American spirit who is was an elder, not a chief, but definitely a tribal elder that was important, with a very big, boisterous personality, was very much a storyteller, lived about 200 years ago. I can see him sitting around a fire telling all the stories of the tribe, and was very engaging as a storyteller. And he was put here with you to really, he's saying, to really help you become more comfortable in front of people and more comfortable with yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Do you sometimes can you be is your nature to be shy and not comfortable, like speaking in front of people, or
Oh yeah. Yeah.
okay. So that's really why he's here, because there is something in your personality and in your life path where you are going to be speaking in front of people, if that hasn't already happened. And he's here to help you be okay with that and feel more confident inside yourself, within yourself, doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. What is
Awesome.
your thing that you're going to wind up speaking in front of people?
I don't know. I don't know. That makes me nervous
Oh,
thinking about it.
Well, it's coming. Um, so sometimes when you're feeling nervous about things, or you have some anxiety, which you have, right?
Yeah.
If you then you sort of feel like a calm comes over you. That's
Mhm.
basically him sort of smoothing it over for you.
Okay.
And because of this thing that's coming up for you in your life path, he's very prominent and presents, like, even as a spirit guide, he came to the front right away and wanted to talk about what he does and why he's here, and that's really cool. Do you have any native blood?
I have so many different things in my bloodline. I'm not really sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Have you done your DNA test?
Um, I have, but I'm not sure if it's very accurate. They keep updating it and kind of changing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know I don't have very much that's in America from that data. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure if I have Native American.
Okay. Okay. You don't always have to. They don't. Usually, one of your guides is ancestral, sometimes, but not always. And sometimes,
Okay.
the only thing that's pretty much always is the truth is one of your guides usually was a human on the earth at some point. But
Okay.
sometimes the rest of your guides were not. They can be from other planets, from other dimensions. There's so many different kinds of beings that can sign up to be spirit guides, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They take applications from everywhere. But think about him, because he's here to make you feel more comfortable inside of you.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
You bet, sweetie. My pleasure. What a great question.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, we all want to know about our guides, right? I actually offer specialty sessions that I book called Spirit Guide Identification, where I just sort of run you through each one of your guides and how to communicate with them. So everybody who's interested in their guides, that's probably something to think about. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. I'm excited. Hi.
Hi, I'm Cecilia. I'm from Nampa, Idaho.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I never got to meet my grandma. She died before I was born. And my dad was in Samoa when she died, and she was in America, so he never got to say bye to her.
Okay.
So I just wanted to know if she had any messages for us or anything.
Yeah, she is very much a guiding spirit for you. She died before you were born, right?
Yeah.
She was almost a spirit guide, but at the time they were thinking about sending her back into a human life, so she did not become your spirit guide. Spirit guides have to be assigned to you before you're born, so they can't be on the earth at the same time as you. So she's very much what I call a guiding spirit, which means she just monitors your life and looks out for you. But unlike spirit guides that are only assigned to one person, guiding spirits can look out for more than one person. So she is very much also a guiding spirit for your dad.
Okay.
Are you, sweetheart, having questions about where you're going in your life?
Yeah. I'm not very certain what I want to do with my life.
I'm trying to help you through that.
Yeah.
She's trying to really help you find your way and figure out how you're going to make your mark on the earth and where you're the most needed with your gifts.
Yeah.
But she also is trying to help you get control of your empathy so that everything isn't so overwhelming for you and everything isn't so sort of anxiety inducing for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So know that when you sometimes feel like I was saying to the previous caller, when you feel like you can't control your anxiety and you feel like you're spinning, and then all of a sudden you feel like you kind of calm down, know that's her sort of working to calm you down.
Yeah. That's how I felt.
Because there's a really special path for you on this earth. And she wants to help you find it. But she says it's not what you've been thinking in the past. It's something new. Let me rephrase that. It's not what you've been doing in the past. It may be something you've thought about in your wildest dreams and thought you couldn't do it, but it's not per se the path that you've been on, but it's really magic.
Is it something more like creative than what I'm doing now?
100%. You know what that is.
Yeah.
You know what you want to do. I can see just from your smile right now. You know what you want, but somehow, sweetheart, you feel like you don't have permission to do it. And please know that you do. And please know it's what spirit wants. And please know it's what your grandma wants.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
She said you got that creativity from her. Is that true?
Yeah, I think that's... Yeah, she was a seamstress.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
All right. You're in good shape, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Take care of you.
Thank you.
So easy, right? It seems so difficult, but it's easy. And they know, spirits know, right? Because they've been through it and they know what we've got ahead of us that we don't know. So, yeah. It was great. All right, good. I'm so happy. That's so exciting. I see this all the time, and I'm going to take a minute and speak about this because I see this all the time. How do I put it? So many of my clients and so many people that I know just in general are folks that ask questions here or folks that ask questions during my psychic lives. They have a thing inside of them that they know they want to do, but they feel like they don't have permission to do it. And you have to know how spirit works. Spirit lives to bring to you your best life and your best intentions. Therefore, spirit would not plant something in your head or in your heart, pointing to my heart. You can't see it off camera. Here we go. That you really want to do with your life. Just to then say, oh, sorry. Sorry, kid, not happening for you. It doesn't work that way. If spirit didn't want for you to pursue something, now we're talking about things in the light, right? Positive things. If spirit didn't want you to pursue something, spirit would not put inside of you that want to do it. The want to do it, the need to do it, the yearning to do it happens because that is a part of your life path. It's a part of what you are supposed to explore and engage in this life on this earth. And it's beautiful. But then the world, right? People. Let's just be honest. People. Because it's not cats or birds telling you this. people tell you, oh, you'll never do that, or you can't do that. And even if it's not people in your life, you turn on TV or you go to social media and you read all about, oh, this person thinks they can do this and they're never going to do this. I grew up an actor, and my mother was extremely supportive of me as an actor. And I'm very thankful for the work that I have done in my life as an actor. But everybody I encountered in high school, all they did, well, that's not going to happen. So what's your backup career? Come on, my backup careers were radio host and psychic. I mean, it's not like I have a business degree. But because that can happen, you can have a path, and your path is to become an actor. And then one day, Spirit says, when I was 24 years old, I was 27 years old. Spirit said, guess what? Here's the radio. I never had any urge to be on the radio. As a kid, I didn't want to be on the radio. I listened to the radio all the time. I didn't want to be the DJ. I had no interest in talk radio. And then boom, there it was. And then when I was 47, Spirit started talking about, I think you need to start telling people you're a psychic. I think you need to start doing something with this. Spirit decides where we're going next on our path and helps to guide us to that place. But it isn't like Spirit put on my radar that I wanted to be an actor and then I never acted. It's not like that. But yet everybody I ran into in high school and college in my 20s would always start the sentence out with, well, that's not going to happen. So what else are you going to do? But these are things that people say to us. You can't make that happen. You can't get that. You're not going to get that. That's not going to happen. Well, that person's not going to date you. You're never going to get that car. You're never going to get that job. You're never going to have that body that looks like that. So why don't you just figure out something sensible and settle for it? Do you see how things like sensible and settling, these are earthbound concepts. These are things that human beings tell human beings. These are not things that Spirit tells us. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that I have this little cat. And you know how I talk to him? I talk to him the way Spirit talks to me, not the way human beings talk to me. I actually talk to him the way my mother talked to me, which was the way Spirit talks to me. I tell him that endless possibilities, right? We go on a vacation. I tell him it's a vacation for him. People come to the house, my friends, or to work on the house. I tell him, these are your friends that have come to visit you. He wants to look at something on TV. I say, oh, that's your show. Do you want to watch that? Like, everything for him is about the endless possibilities of the wonders of the world. Not, you're a house cat. Here's what you got. You got a chew toy. You got your cat box. You got a bowl full of kibble and a water fountain. It's all you're ever going to have. Live with it. Why? Why are we always limiting each other? Why are we always telling people not going to happen, can't happen, isn't going to happen, not for you, you're not good enough, you're not special enough? Why, as human beings, are we so obsessed with limiting other human beings? I will never understand that. So what we have is an entire species that grows up weaned on no, never, not going to happen, not possible. And then you start to get to the age where you're, a preteen, a teen, a young adult, and you start to really dream about what you want for your life. And you're weighed down by all these years of human beings telling you, ain't going to happen. But if you look at the history of humanity, if you look at the wonderment of our species, you will see that it is literally and virtually riddled with scores of people that were told they couldn't do something and then they did it. And that's why it is very, very, very important that when you are told that, you don't listen. And you go ahead and you live your life and you pursue your dreams and you make them all come true. Okay? All right, I'm sending you all so much love. Think about that, please. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show and ask me a question, 818-437-0886. That's 818-437-0886. Go to my website and learn about all the things people told me I couldn't do and then I did. Because you can do the same. SheenaMetalSpiritual.com. And find me on social media. At Sheena Metal everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and X, formerly Twitter. How long will we say formerly Twitter? I think forever, maybe. Until it becomes Twitter again. X is so weird. X doesn't seem like something you'd want to join. It seems like something you'd run away from or cancel. All right, let's do another message from Spirit. Hi.
Hi, Sheena.
Hi.
I'm Jennifer from Agoura Hills, California.
Beautiful. What's your question for me, sweetheart?
And so, like, for the past 8 years or so, I constantly see this little round blue translucent light near me.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if you can tell me what it is or who it is and what it's trying to tell me and how I can better communicate with it.
Yeah. Okay. So that is, that's an angelic. And what in your life has been going on that you need protection from? Because angelics usually come if you need a little extra protection.
I don't know, just living life the past 8 or 9 years. I started a new job 8 years ago, and
do you feel like you need a little extra boost, or you need a little extra help from the heavens?
I mean, always, who doesn't want extra help? But, it just follows me around all the time. And I'm like, what are you trying to tell me?
Yeah.
And,
what about your service? So oftentimes angelics will pop in when it's time for you to step more into your service. There's a creativity, right? There's a creative thing that is your service.
Yes.
And you're not doing enough of that.
Exactly. I want to be writing more stories and such, and I'm not doing it as much as I should be. So is it trying to just prompt me to do that more then?
Yeah, to get sort of nudging you to get back on your path of where you need to be as a human being and as a spiritual being. Yeah. Yeah. Because sometimes if the normal nudging from spirit or nudging from spirit guides isn't working, then they send in the big guns, which is usually an angelic.
Wow. So it really wants me to do something.
Yeah. And it feels like it's been a long time that spirit has been sort of nudging at you about this writing thing. And you do it, but you're not really putting your whole heart and soul into it. And you're almost stuck in sort of that earthbound trap, Jennifer, of, well, I don't have time and I got the other job and there never seems to be any time and I don't know what'll happen with it anyhow. And you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it nudging me toward any certain types of stories or messages that I should be writing about?
That has to do with, there's something that has to do with children. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is that part of your writing? Is it a children's thing?
Yes. I've started a couple of children's stories, and I've gotten some advice that didn't really help me from a professional, so I kind of stopped and got stuck. So maybe I just need to go with my original impulse. Like that's probably the right way to go, and just forget about the noise of other people's opinions.
Yes, exactly. Yes. And the angelic will sort of do that too. Sometimes angelics are kind of like the special forces of the universe. Sometimes they'll push that negative energy from other people out of the way and sort of clear the path for you to really move forward, because there are children, Spirit is saying there are children that need whatever it is that you are going to write for them. And in the most benevolent of ways, Spirit is running out of patience, because it's really not because they're upset with you, but because you need to get this thing out there because the kids need it. Does any of that make sense?
Yes, makes perfect sense. It's exactly what I should be doing, and I'm not doing enough of it.
And was I right that there's a, Jennifer, that there's just negative thinking, right, in your head about you're stuck in the minutia of earthbound stuff and all the earthbound reasons why there's not time to do it.
Yes.
I'm tired, I'm overwhelmed, the day job, the life, the this, the that, it's not the right time, I never have time, all those like sort of monkey brain thoughts that run around inside of your skull.
Yes. And I second guess my own creativity and, intuition about what it should be, and just get stuck. So I'm going to get unstuck.
Right. Meanwhile, the angelic is hanging here like Glinda the Good Witch. Like, what about?
Yeah.
And maybe even at some time in your writing for kids, there is going to be a story about how kids relate to angelics, about angelics visiting kids and helping them, Look at me, make me the star and beautiful and blue.
Okay. Yeah, one of the two.
Saying that your spirituality will be put in these books. That everything that you feel as a spiritual being, that good energy will be in these books, and the kids who read it will benefit from that energy. Like you're bringing little bits of heaven to them.
Wow.
Energetically. They'll pop out of the book at them. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And now I will go with it. I really appreciate that insight.
I'm so glad, sweetie. I'm here whenever you need me. I appreciate you. And I can't wait to read it when it's ready. I can't wait to see how many kids' lives you change.
Me too. Thank you so much.
Take care, sweetheart. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for being here. It's all about the kids, man. My mom was all about the kids. It's all about the children. Everything for her was about kids and how you could better kids, make kids' lives better. Wow. What a great show. What great people. I'm so excited. If you are looking to be a guest on the show, send me a text message, 818-437-0886. It's 818-437-0886. And don't forget to visit my website, sheenametalspiritual.com, and find me on social media, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. I do live social media broadcasts from there. I'm very accessible. You can go to my Instagram, see the photos of what's going on in my life. All kinds of crazy stuff. Always some fun and crazy stuff. Cullen the Cat Official, if you want to see what the boy is doing. And I have a brand new page for my haunted voodoo doll, Christian. It's Christian the Voodoo Doll on Instagram. I haven't posted a lot yet, but I'm going to start taking him on all my paranormal adventures, and I would go grab him, except he's too far for me to reach, but he's a creepy little haunted dude. Boy, it's fun to be here with you. Thank you to PARAPOD TV and its owner and operator, my dear friend Tony Sweet, for allowing us to be part of his television family, and to my engineer and producer, Emery. What can I say? You're the wind beneath my wings, and I love you, my friend. Until I see you all next Wednesday at 2:00 Pacific time, seek peace, live in love, lead with kindness, Embrace unity. Always work to raise your vibration and know that you are love and you are loved and you're so loved by me. I'll see you next week. Namaste. Take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves and stay in the light. And we'll see you next time right here. I'm Sheena Metal, and this is Messages from Spirit only on Parapod TV.